And this, ladies and gentlemen, is my vinyl collection. Well, most of it. Some of it's in that box over there. You can't really see it right now. Anyway, let's talk about this. Hi. So I started collecting vinyl purely by accident. I used to work in a place that involved going into houses after they'd been vacated to get them cleared out for the new tenants. And oftentimes things would get left behind. And when I tell you people leave behind some really incredible things, that is not an exaggeration. People leave behind all kinds of stuff that you'd think, why would you throw this away? Why would you want to get rid of this? But amongst the things that would get left behind were, vinyl. And at first I kind of picked a few and I thought, maybe they're worth something. Maybe I could sell them on eBay or something. That's what I was really thinking. And I can't remember which ones the first one I found were. They're in here somewhere, maybe in this box. But I did look up what they're worth. I think they were worth something like 30 quid, 40 quid or something like that to sell them on eBay, which, decent amount of money, right? For something you just found. But then I thought, wait a minute, let me listen to these before I sell them. So I went out, I didn't go out, I bought it online, but I bought myself a record player. This is just a regular record player, nothing too fancy, it plays records, it's got its built-in speakers, it does what it needs to do. Something I wasn't looking to get into vinyls. I just bought something relatively cheap, that can do the job and I can listen to it, and then that was that. So I did, I bought this, it came, and I played some of the records that I found. And I don't know if you ever heard anybody say things like, there's something about vinyl, but there's something about vinyl. There's just something about listening to songs on vinyl. So I ended up not selling them, and as I was doing the job, I found more and more pieces of vinyl and decided to keep them. But I don't work at that place anymore. Lots of reasons I won't get into right now. But I was kind of like, you know what? I want to buy vinyl now. I want to get into vinyl. So some of these I have bought. Most of them I found. But some of them I bought. Some of them I actually bought from I guess you could say a kind of a friend, sort of. Someone I used to know. She too found a whole bunch of vinyls that weren't doing anything. So I paid, I think like 20 quid or something like that. I think 15, 20 quid for a whole bunch of vinyls. So some of them I got from her. But yeah, a lot of them I found. A lot of them I got from her. And then a few of them I actually bought from the shop. So let's talk about some of these. This is first one we got here. Whitney Houston. If you don't know about Whitney Houston, better get to know about Whitney Houston. This is the album's called Witney. And this is just awesome, man. Look at this. That's the thing about records, I think. One of the things is that it feels like you actually have an album. You know what I mean? Like, because I bought CDs. I mean, I bought cassette tapes back in the day. But I also bought CDs for the longest time when I was in school. And even after school, just buying CDs. And even when like digital started to take over and stream started to take over, I didn't jump into streaming right away. So even then, I was still buying CDs. But yeah, coming back and just seeing albums, it's like this is records rather. This feels like an actual album. It's like you got the front cover there. Let me open this up again. You got the inlay to hold the record. You got song listings on the back, song words on the back as well. This is the actual vinyl disc itself. And yeah, it's just something about it, just something about. Let me just play a little bit of Whitney for you guys. I'll just start somewhere. We'll go here. Listen to that. Okay, probably a bad song, but it started right at the end of the song. Let me come here somewhere. There we go. Just that, I don't know how to describe it, but it doesn't sound clear. I mean, it's not, it's not as clear as a CD. It's not as clear as getting it digitally. It's not as, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know, there's just something about the way it sounds, something about the cracks and the pops that you get on the vinyl disc, something about those imperfections that just, make it what it is, and I've hit something. What's going on? Here we go. And something about struggling to get a disc back into the sleeve. You know, this is the whole experience with vinyl. It really is. But I've got loads of stuff. This is another classic. I don't know how many people have heard of this one. This is Samantha Fox. She was really famous back in the day. And this is her Touch Me album. So okay, now I've got that one. That's one that was found. You might see this earlier. This is Dolly Parton's Greatest Hits featuring Island in the Stream. Let me show you some stuff in here, in the box. Rod Stewart's Greatest Hits. The Everly Brothers Greatest Hits. The 3 Degrees. Diana Ross. Come on, man. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this artwork. And I think you could do with albums as well. Not all albums, sure, but a lot of albums. Let me try and move stuff out of the way. You could hold them up, yeah, and do this sort of thing. Right? You can't really do that with CDs, you know? You can't really do this with CDs or cassettes, or you definitely can't do it with digital, but you can do it with vinyl, you know? So that's a cool thing. The Gladys Knight over here, the Carpenters, Randy Crawford, you know, a lot of classics, man. I can't believe this. Like I said, a lot of this was found. Even myself found it, or the lady that bought some of them found it. But just people, like, they'll leave their house and they're supposed to, like, you know, take all the stuff with them, but they have like things like whatever weeks they or whatever month they have to collect stuff, and then the council comes in and be like, nope, too late, we're just gonna clear out all this stuff, and it gets junked. A lot of it just gets thrown out. But so I don't know if they're gonna throw it out anyway. You know, let's keep a few things. But yeah, man, there's some classics in here. You know, got this over here. Let me play some real classic stuff I could find. I kind of got buried a bit now. But some of these things go back to, I think, like the 50s. I'm not entirely sure because they don't all have dates on them. But I think some of these actually go back to like the 50s or 60s. And I think this might be one of them. This is, I think you can see the sleeve. Actually, it says his master's voice on it. All right. His master, there's a better example, his master's voice. Now, some of you more astute people might realize his master's voice, initials HMV. You might be thinking, wait a minute, is that the HMV that used to run the high streets? And if you can see that little dog in the bottom, yes, it is. This is what HMV apparently used to do back in the day, is put music on vinyl discs. But this particular disc, I don't know which year it's from. It's called, well, this is Doris Day, and it's got, there's 2 tracks on it, both by Doris Day. One is called I'm Gonna Ring the Bell Tonight, and one is called The Second Star to the Right. And I don't know if this is the original sleeve it came in. It's the one that I found it in, but I don't know if this was it actually came in when it was bought, because it does say Columbia on the actual disc itself. So maybe somebody put it in a different sleeve. Maybe. But yeah, this one is... So vinyl plays at different speeds. You have like 33 revolutions per minute, 45, and then 78. This one plays at 78. You don't really get 78s anymore. This record player, however, if I switch over to this, does play 78s. Let me turn it on. For 3 nights straight, I've been forced to act today. And of course, if you try to play a disc recorded at 78 at 45, well, that's fade free. That was actually fade free. So it's all the way down. This is 45, a little bit slower. So you've got to play at the right revolution, at the right revolutions per minute. But listen to those crackles, you know what I mean? You don't get that on music that you stream. Right? You just don't get that. Alright, so yeah, just something about vinyl, you know, just something like listening to music on vinyl is just, it's an experience. Like I said, I didn't find all of these. Some of them I've bought. Let me show you some of the ones that I've bought. They're over here. Oh, Ella Fitzgerald's legendary. There's some legends in here, man. There's a lot of legends in here, actually. So these are some of the ones that I've bought. Guns N' Roses. I bought this from Sainsbury's. I went to the shop and I asked the lady, do you sell vinyl? Lady looks at me and was like, what's that? Literally, what's that? I was like, okay. That don't make me feel old at all. But this is Guns N' Roses, Appetite for Destruction. And you might notice it's still actually sealed because I have not, the package got ripped a little bit over there, but I have not opened it. So no, I have not listened to this album. On vinyl. I've not listened to the album on vinyl. I've only listened to this album just in other ways. Like I had it on CD and digitally streaming. I've not listened to the album on vinyl. And I noticed a moment ago I said there's something about listening to a song on vinyl. The thing about these ones though, these are actually reprints. They're not original runs of the album. I mean, the original run of these albums on vinyl were probably way more than what I think I paid like £15 for this. The original run of this would have been if you could find the original prints of like Guns N' Roses on vinyl, especially in good condition, yeah, you could be paying a lot of money for them. But this is a reprint, and I just kind of decided that I mean I've got the album, I've listened to it. Let me keep this one more as a collector's thing rather than actually listen to it. I've you know what I mean. It's a reprint. It's not going to have that same kind of feel to it. It is what it is. So I bought this as a reprint. This I'm not sure if it's a reprint or not. I think, but it does say. I don't know if you can see it at the top. It does say limited on blue vinyl. So this may be just recently done as limited, but blue vinyl, so it's blue on the back. But this is Metallica, Justice for All, not and Justice for All. I don't know if you can tell, but it does say Justice for All, not and Justice. That's two different things. And Justice for All is another album. This is just called Justice for All, and it is from Woodstock. It's a few songs they played at Woodstock, and they put it on blue vinyl as a limited run. So yes, this could be worth something in the future. We'll see. We'll see. If I ever sell this one day, then you know. If you ever see that on eBay, then you know what's up. This is Dub Mood. Dub Mood is a group I saw. I mean, this is what you call chiptune. But I saw them play live in Manchester a few years back, and I've never heard of them before that because they were part of a festival. But when I went there to see, I went to see some other bands and things like that, and they played. I was like, these guys, man, damn, no wonder people are talking about them. So I bought this a little while ago. This is called Overshoot Days, and again, this is not opened. It's just I mean, this is not an old band, by the way. Dub Mood are a new band. They're not like some old school, like some of these bands are proper old school. Dub Mood are new, so all their stuff is like digital anyway. But they put stuff on vinyl as kind of a thing to do every now and then, and you can buy it more of a. I feel like when you buy stuff like this, it's more as a way. It's more of a way of supporting the artist rather than buying it to listen to. I can listen to this album, I can stream it anytime I want. It's not a problem to just listen to the album, but to buy it on vinyl is more a way of supporting them a little bit extra. So, and yeah, as a cool collector's thing as well, because you get some proper cool artwork with it on a full-size vinyl print. Also came with this poster as well. Vinyl used to come. A lot of vinyl used to come in posters back in there. In fact, Samantha Fox, when I showed you a little while ago, apparently this came with a free poster as well, but the poster was not inside. So when I found this, it was just like this. There was no poster inside. So oh well. I guess whoever they didn't want the vinyl, but they wanted the poster. Well, like I say, Samantha Fox was really popular back in the day, so not surprising. But this is the poster that came with Dub Mood, really cool poster. And then, let me show you this real quick. This is over here. This is Little Sims, again, not opened, but I have heard this album plenty of times. It's a great album. This is called Stillington Wonderland Deluxe Edition. So there's a Stillington Wonderland, and then this was Deluxe Edition that was done on vinyl. It's got a few extra songs on it. Both albums are great, whether you get the deluxe or the regular version. They're both great albums. The Little Sims is just one of my favorite artists of recent years as well. So again, another relatively new artist, but put stuff on vinyl as a collector's thing. Well, I buy them as a collector's thing rather than to actually listen to. So that remains unopened. This, however, isn't unopened. This is the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and this is one of the greatest albums ever made. It is called Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and this is the only vinyl that I've bought where I've actually opened it and listened to it. And to be honest, it was kind of an accident when I opened it. I didn't mean to. It just kind of ripped a little bit more than I was comfortable with, so I thought, screw it, let me open it up and listen to it. So yeah, I have listened to the vinyl discs of these, and just the album I've listened to anyway. I've had this album for years. I've bought it on tape, I've bought it on CD, I streamed it digitally. I know this album pretty well at this point. So this is the only vinyl that I've bought where I've actually listened to the actual vinyl disc. And yeah, Blood Sugar Sex Magic. It's another reprint, by the way. If you're buying this, the original run back in, was it 91, 93? What was this release? I can't remember. But in the early 90s. If you're buying the original print of this, yeah, you'd be paying a lot more than what I paid for it. So yeah, this is a reprint that I bought from the shop. So vinyl's kind of, when I say reprint, by the way, vinyl's kind of had a resurgence recently where I'm not sure what caused it, but I guess it happens every so often when people just want to buy things on vinyl, and you'll find them in like shops like Sainsbury's of all places selling vinyl, and supermarkets like that. So they'll have reprints of some of the classics that people want to get, and you can buy them for like sort of £15 or £20, something like that, depending on how popular they were and what if they could sell them for. But yeah, that's currently going on right now. So yeah, you can go into your big ass Sainsbury's or your big ass Tesco's or whichever big ass supermarkets that's nearby you. You could probably find a vinyl section that has at least a few vinyls to get. Plus, you could always buy them online anyway. But as far as vinyl being the dominant form of music to listen to, yeah, that's not quite how it is anymore. Let's be honest, we stream music a lot these days. But for me, I feel like although streaming is definitely a far more convenient way to listen to music, so you're on your phone, you can be anywhere pretty much you want. You can listen to just about anything, right? You pay your $9.99 or however much it costs per month, and you listen to just about anything that's ever recorded, at least most stuff. I mean, I'm sure there's like things here and there that aren't on your platform, but pretty much anything you want, most of what you want is going to be there. So it's so convenient that you can just listen to stuff. But for me, I feel like, especially when you consider the fact that streaming does support the artist, but it doesn't necessarily support artists in a great way, especially when it comes to more independent artists. I feel like buying things like vinyl is a good extra way of supporting them a bit more. Puts a little bit extra money in their pocket. Of course, things like merchandise, t-shirts help as well. But yeah, you get like a cool collectible out of it. Something with some real cool artwork. I could do some of this one actually. I might be a bit, might have to set this one a bit better, but yeah. You get some cool artwork, you get proper, just something physical, and even if you never actually listen to it, that's not really the point. You can listen to an album anytime you want to, but even if you never actually listen to it, it's just a cool way to support the artist. But if you do listen to it, then yeah, you just get I feel like such an experience that it's not the fact that it's clear, because it's not. It's absolutely not as clear as a CD or a mini disc or pretty much anything else you can listen to music on. And I think there's just something about that imperfection of the fact that it's literally scratching out a sound for you to hear. I don't know why it's special, but it just feels special. Maybe it's because, when I was a kid, my dad had loads of vinyls, and we'd listen to a lot of stuff that he brought over from Nigeria, along with Michael Jackson. Of course, you got to listen to Michael Jackson, and maybe it's something like that triggers some kind of childhood memory that I'm attached to that I don't even realize I'm attached to. Maybe I might need to see a therapist to figure that sort of stuff out. But all I'm saying is, there is something about vinyl, to listen to music on vinyl, and I think especially older music on vinyl, there's just something about it. We've got some Motown classics here, Motown chart busters, and look at that shine, look at that shiny surface. Do you get this anymore? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but I don't think I've seen things like this too much, unless it's like a special print or something like that. Well, I guess technically this is a special print. Never mind. Yeah, you get things like this as well. But anyway, there's just something. We've got Roberta Flack. We've got Bobby V. Some of these people I've never even heard of until I found them, really. But yeah, Bobby V over here. Dionne Warwick. 20 golden greats. And by the way, if you're on Twitter and you're not following Dionne Warwick, you're doing something wrong. So yeah, make sure you're following Dionne Warwick on Twitter. Pepsi and Shirley. Who remembers Pepsi and Shirley? Come on now. Come on, let me play a little bit of Pepsi and Shirley for you guys. Just a little bit. Look at this inlay as well. We've got that there. We've got the song words. And then you got to make sure it's, by the way, you got to make sure it's upwards so it doesn't accidentally tip out when you're sending. Oh, this one has the poster still inside. So let me show you the poster. So yeah, you used to get posters. I think some CDs still do come with posters, by the way. Some, but maybe not as common as they did with vinyls. At least not that I remember. I remember quite a few vinyls coming in posters back in the day. Or maybe my memory's just faded. But anyway, let me play just a little bit of Pepsi and Shirley. Put that over here. This is 33 RPM. That's not even on. Let me turn it back on. So a little bit of Pepsi and Shirley. So it comes up. Drop the needle. Or let me say this. The needle drop. And if you got that reference, put it in the comments. Let me turn this up a little bit. Just something about that sound, man. Just something about it. Yeah. The imperfections, everything about it. It's all, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I've got loads of stuff. I'm sure I haven't shown them all because there's a lot. I've got some stuff here that I had to buy cases for because when I got them, the things I found them was way too rare, so I had to buy some extra cases. What's this? Hipster Blues. What's this one? Stop That Dancing. In fact, yeah, let me play some of these ones actually. Just a quick thing before we finish this off this video. It's gone on quite long actually already, but let me put it over there for a second. Switch this over to 78. There we go. Oh, too loud. And yeah, we dropped the needle. And there we go. Let's end out on the Hipster Blues. So yeah, this is my vinyl collection. This is stuff that I found, stuff that I bought from somebody who found them, and stuff that I just bought from shops. My vinyl collection. Let me know if you have a vinyl collection. Let me know what you think about vinyl. Let me know if you agree that there's just something about listening to music on vinyl. Let me know what you think about that as well. Let me know how you listen to music. Do you stream? Do you buy CDs, tapes? What do you do? Let me know. But that's going to be all for now. So guys, recommendations, send them through and I'll see what I can do. Like, share, subscribe because we're doing this thing. More videos on the screen. Check out other channels as well. But that's going to be it for the minute. So until whenever, if ever, peace.